Hey guys, what's up? How are you guys doing tonight?
Hey
Welcome.
everyone,
Yeah,
we're
Tyler
back.
here, and we also have, of course, just like every week, we have
Me,
we have
cousin Manny. Yeah, okay.
Manny. Yeah, sorry, I was gonna let you. I was
Oh
gonna let you
yeah,
do
I didn't
that.
know if you were like doing something there.
No, no, no. It's hard because we're not seeing like each other in real time. There's ever so slight delay. But hope you guys are doing well on this Friday evening. We got another My Retro Live coming at you, and we are pumped to tell you what. We are pumped to play some Sega Genesis games. Um, this is, I tell people this is if you combine Sega CD with the 32X. I think the Sega Genesis is my favorite retro console, if not my favorite console of all time. Where does it stand with you, Manny?
It's up there. Um, it doesn't beat Super Nintendo for me, but I do like. I've learned to like the Genesis style over the years.
For real. Hey, just want to shout out a donation from John Johns. Thank you so much, John Johns. He said, let's play some Contra Hardcore. I'm down for that. That's a great one. We can do that. It's a tough one. I don't know how far you've gotten in that one, Manny.
Not very
But
far, no. I've
yeah,
played
it's a
it,
tough.
but yeah, not very far.
And following in a treasure tradition, we're continuing with a donation from JRM. JRM, thank you for your $5 donation, man. He's asking for Gunstar Heroes. So we're going to start this stream off with a bang. Like, seriously, Batman meets uh, Contra Hardcore and then Gunstar Heroes. That's incredible. Thank you guys for those donations. It is a shame we can't actually play two players on those games coming up the way we have things set up right now. But one day we'll do like a two-player Genesis stream.
Yeah,
But, uh,
we experimented with that at one point, and it worked all right. I was actually playing with Mikey the other night. We were messing around. Played. Actually, I didn't play with him, but I watched him play. But we used the net play feature. He was playing Deadly
mm,
Towers and Rainbow Islands.
nice, nice.
Yeah, and it worked well. And then the cool thing was that after he left the game, I was able to take over.
There
So
you go.
I picked up where he left off in Rainbow Islands.
We got some people in the chat I want to shout out right now. Ralphus Jr. says, "What's up, Manny and Tyler? That's a new face I haven't seen on my retro live. How you doing, man?" Super Music Forever says hello. What's up? Let's see. Jason Pack. Hey, Manny and Tyler. What's up, Jason? How you doing? Thick Sword says hello. Thick Sword was actually. Thank you again so much, Thick Sword, for sending in a gift to Hallie and I. Sent in this awesome package with a bunch of cool little things. Thank you so much. I'll actually maybe I don't have it right here in front of me, but later on I'll probably go grab that and show everybody what you sent. So very very nice of you. We thank you again. Hallie loves her Super Mario magnets that you sent, and those were so cool. And then the Super Mario Odyssey strategy guide that was in there, super super cool.
Oh, she
Um,
doesn't need a strategy guide. She's a pro.
I know, right? She's gotten us, some of those moons that are really, she's having a hard time finding. That strategy guide's really going to help. In particular, man, I'm super stoked. Thank you so much. I don't have it right here in front of me, but Thick Sword sent in Monster Boy on the Switch, the physical copy of Monster Boy, the sequel to the Wonder Boy series that came out. That game, I know, is getting kind of hard to find these days. So thank you so much for sending that. It's one I didn't have, and hopefully one of these days I'll cover it here on the channel, on the main channel. And but yeah, I was super stoked. Thanks again, man. Green Devil in this. I almost said Green Dog because I'm a fan of GameSack, and Joe over there at GameSack's always making fun of that game Green Dog on Sega Genesis. Um, let's see, what's up, Green Devil? Ian Rex 15 says, "Hello, everybody. Having a good night?" Yeah, we're having a good night, man. Got 18 people watching right now. Hope you guys are all doing well. Hope you guys have had a great week. Thank you for coming the weekend and joining Manny and I as we play Sega Genesis games. It's great to start the weekend with all of y'all. And, Manny's playing Batman right now. This one is an easy game, a very easy game, if you ask me. I can I used to beat this game all the time. It was a staple in my house. This part in particular, Manny, I always think it was so funny how you sit and you have your head right up against a bazooka and the guy somehow misses you.
He doesn't even try to aim it downward.
He aims it right over your head.
Yeah. I always looked at it like when he shoots it, I always thought it went right between the two ears on the cowl.
I know, right? Yeah, that's hilarious. So funny.
You know, it's looking at the graphics on a monitor. Pixel graphics is so much different from when you look at it on a TV with the CRT and the scan lines and the sub-pixel blurring and all that. So now I obviously see that it's not going between his ears.
Right. It's funny when you play this game with an HD monitor and HD display, either through emulation or whatever. The incredible backgrounds and the animations just really pop out. It's a really, really nice looking game. And Sunsoft, they did the same thing on the NES version. To me, they just hit a home run with both these games. This one's maybe a tad too easy, but yeah. Great soundtrack. This is definitely in my top 20 Sega Genesis soundtracks for sure.
You know why it's a good soundtrack, right?
Sunsoft.
Yep.
Absolutely. Yeah.
They know how to make their soundtracks.
Gosh.
That's like if there was one thing that you could say they did great, it was the soundtracks.
I mean, 100%. I only wanted to see them make more games before they went through this kind of like overhaul, lost developers, and started making crappy Looney Tunes games. They were really great development house. Like, my gosh, we talked about it before on the NES stream, but I mean, like, they made Gremlins 2, Batman on NES, Fester's Quest, Blaster Master, Journey to Silius is a great game, or is it Silius? I'm not sure how you say that. They just had really, really great games around this time.
These enemies are ridiculous. Like this lumberjack comes. He looks like he's part of a log splitting tournament.
Yeah.
And like when in a museum are you going to see a floating platform over a pit with spikes on the bottom of it?
It kind of takes you out of it a little bit, right? That's pretty funny. I used to think to myself when I played this stage that like the Joker, he created those pits. Like he's made it hard for Batman to go through here. That was me using my imagination. Let's see. Let's go back to the chat for a second. Kal-El, what's up, man? PNRix 15 says, "Is this a Batman game?" Yes, it is. There's Batman right there. It's a Batman game and pointy ears and everything. This is a great Batman game too. I love this one. Oh no, another one that Sunsoft made, which is great, is Return of the Joker on the NES. That's fantastic. Unfortunately, they didn't port the Genesis version. Another team did it, and it's horrible in Genesis. Ovalindo, what's up? Also, every time Ovalindo says, "Glad I made it. Time for some Sega Genesis Sunsoft Batman. Best Sega Genesis soundtrack, not made by Sega themselves, in my opinion." Yep, I agree. It's definitely up there. T-Jack says, "What's up, dudes? Not much.
What's
more.
up?
We're hanging with you." Did you have this game maybe when you were a kid?
Yes, I did. And I agree with you. Very easy game.
Yeah, this is one that I would pick up, and if I wanted to play through a game and have a fun time, like 30 to 40 minutes, I'd pick this one up and play it through. There's a part coming up here where you can cheat and basically, well, it's not cheating because it's in the game, but you can respawn a 1-up and get like 9 lives.
Yes, I think I know what you mean. I did something similar just before with the health item.
Yes, you did, yeah. Don't use that elevator. Yeah, this is a pretty terrible elevator. It looks like the elevator from hell.
I imagine, like the chandeliers come down and they go back up. It makes me think of like some dude, some Joker goon is just on the side with a rope, just
Pulling
like
it up and down.
dropping it and raising it.
Yeah. This is like, the museum if run by the Addams Family.
It's like, if you're one of Joker's goons, is it like, all right, you go hold that rope and you pull it, and you go do that, and you go do this, and everyone who's dressed the same with the same haircut and gun, you just shoot over his head, don't shoot downward.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy up
There's
there.
like rules. Don't
That guy's
shoot over
crouched.
Joker actually wants to fight Batman face to face. He'd rather the goons not kill him, but just kind of act like they're trying.
Seems like that, right?
Yeah.
I always used to do this, like, double jump and push the
Jacobians, what's up, man? Hey guys, working at the arcade again. Straight from college over to my home, away from home. Hope you all are having a great night. Showing everyone Manny and the Genesis does. Yeah, man. Hopefully, you can maybe hear us in the background or something. But have a good time at work, and we appreciate everything you do, man. It's the world's greatest mod, right? This guy is another hilarious.
I've been going through his video backlog, or not his backlog, his offering on his channel.
Yeah.
His 2.5-minute reviews.
He's got a lot of videos up if you guys want to check him out. If you haven't yet, of those of you who are here, which I'd be surprised if you haven't, definitely check out Jacobian's YouTube channel. He's over in the chat there right now. You can search Jacobians on YouTube. You'll find him. What's up, Who's Your Rail Riders? Manny is tearing through this game before we even get into the next request.
Yeah, given some time to get the requests in there, but
Yeah, any requests that come through via donation, those automatically get sent into the queue. So if you guys want to donate, help support the channel, we will get those requests in for you for the night, and we'll probably be going at this for a few hours. Mm-hmm. Up next, we've got what was that first one? It was Contra Hardcore, and then we have after that Gunstar Heroes, which is funny because we're going right into Gunstar Heroes, and there was a bunch of developers that left Konami and had worked on Contra Hardcore, or actually had worked on Gunstar Heroes, or I forget which way it goes, but basically, Contra Hardcore. That's right. Contra Hardcore was the answer, Konami's answer to Gunstar Heroes, because they had lost teammates, team developers left Konami and made Gunstar Heroes. So they were like, okay, we'll make a Gunstar Heroes type of. We'll make a great Contra game without you guys. Where
does he get tanks?
Yeah, I know. How does Joker have all the money for all this? I guess he's got mob ties.
I guess so. So tomorrow night is a playthrough of Demons of Astaborg. Which I'm glad the guy who donated that, which I believe was To Be Forgotten, if he's here, don't know if he's here.
You did not forget his name.
Well, no.
Not to be forgotten.
I believe that was the one, and he also mentioned in the Discord that he just beat the game, so that's good because I won't spoil anything for him.
Yeah, exactly. Shinobi Soup, I love your username. That's really cool. Shinobi Soup says, just dropping by before bed. Well, I'm glad we can be your bedtime story, Shinobi Soup. What's up, Brian? Brian from the channel, from my Retro Life series. You've seen him many times in the videos. He's in the chat tonight. How you doing, man? Glad. Hey. I guess the kiddos got to bed, huh?
All right. I died. So why don't we move on here?
Yeah, sure. Let's move on to
Contra, right?
The first request that came through, which is Contra Hardcore. Which for years I said the wrong way as a kid. Contra Hard Corpse.
I will probably be a corpse in this game. I'll get
it's the hardest Contra game. Unless you're playing the Japanese version, it's a little bit more forgiving, that one.
All right, let me
let you take multiple hits in that one. And I think unlimited continues, if I'm not mistaken.
Contra Corpse. Here
the American North American release is it's maddeningly hard, frustrating, but rewarding when you finally figured out all the patterns. You've memorized all the bosses. That's a really rewarding one to beat. I've never beat it myself with that Game Genie, but definitely a good game. And now it's out on the Contra Anniversary Collection.
Ah, okay. It is copying over. 1 second.
No problemo. Oh, Shinobi Soup is actually Evan J from the Patreon page. What's up, man? Thank you for all your support of the channel, man. Appreciate it.
All right, I'll pick the wolf, man. You bet.
Oh, we're not seeing it, Manny, just so you know. Oh, somebody asked you to pick the wolf.
Yeah, I'm still waiting. It's... If
I thought for some reason you were looking at it. And
no, I have to download an update. But
Michael, what's up, Michael? Michael says, "Where does he get those wonderful toys?" Yes, I know. It's a great line from Batman. Alien Soldier, yeah, that did go on Switch Online service, as well as Super Fantasy Zone, which is great because that only came out in Japan and in PAL territories. And I love that game. I love Super Fantasy Zone. It might be my favorite in the series, which I played a lot more on the Master System because we didn't have Super Fantasy Zone. The other game, Light Crusader, I never really played that one much. Did you ever play that one, then?
No, well, not before the Genesis. I think it was on Genesis Mini.
Oh, the Mini, yeah. You know, I had a chance to buy that Genesis Mini for $30 and I passed on it like a moron.
Why? Why'd you do that?
Print. I thought it would go down even lower. I was being stupid.
No way, man. I got all those things, like, after seeing what happened with the NES Mini, I jumped on all those immediately.
Yeah. And it was really dumb of me, but because now I think it goes for like $100 or something or more.
Right.
Oh, this game is so good. I mean, I look at this game and I'm like, I get PTSD looking at it because it's so difficult and frustrating, but it's also, you gotta love it for everything it's doing. It's just pushing from Genesis to its limits.
Oh, okay. The weapon isn't auto-firing when I pick that one up.
What's up, Bad Schmupper? Oh yeah, everybody, definitely hit that like button. Good reminder, D-Dub. Hey, D-Dub, how you doing? Bad Schmupper, Tyler and Manny, hey, here. Oh, have you gotten to play the new courses in Mario Kart 8 yet?
Yep, I did.
I played one right before the stream started. It's so funny. I was like, you know what? Let me try that out real quick. That's really cool that those are available. And especially if you have the expansion pass, you get them for free, which is fantastic. I'm glad Nintendo's really adding value to that. The course that I played was from it was the Paris stage, the first for Mario Kart Tour, which was great. It played really well on the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Little plug here. We were talking about I've been streaming on Twitch. We were talking about perhaps playing together. If we didn't do it tonight, Sunday night, myself and some of my Retro Live viewers were going to play Mario Kart 8 online. And it would be streamed, of course, but if, there's plenty of room, so anyone who wants to come.
Yeah, that would be really fun to do one night. We definitely should do that. I think that would be a lot of fun.
Yep, should be on, I think we'll definitely be doing that Sunday. That was the plan. Before getting back into Circle of the Moon.
Oh, you're going to do that over on your channel, on your Twitch channel.
Yeah, we were talking about it.
Mario Kart, sorry, I missed that. Yeah.
Yeah, Kart, the new one, yeah.
Now, Manny has a Twitch channel that he does, aside from My Retro Live. And that one, is it just Cousin Manny? Is it Dead Stanley?
It's under Cousin Manny, like it says, like my name is spelled there, under my name here, under my graphic.
I'll put it in the chat real quick.
Yeah, I've been going through my backlog and had a couple of very consistent viewers here who showed up there. So we beat Gears of War 2, we finished that, we finished Origami 2, and we finished Battletoads, the new one. And now we're doing Circle of the Moon. And man, there were some tough moments last night. I was just getting my butt kicked on some really, really long boss fights. But we made it through.
Oh, somebody said that my volume is a little bit too low compared to the game volume.
Sure. Yeah, I thought it might be. We raised it, but I didn't think that might have been the best idea. All right, let me adjust.
Okay.
1 second. Drop the game down a bit. All right.
Yeah, this is a tough one. First game over screen, but I'd say that we should probably. I bet you can beat this first level before we move on.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. I know you can do it, Manny.
I didn't use my special weapon. Now, do I start? It looks like I start halfway through.
Yeah, it's sort of a checkpoint there. Yeah.
I was told by Microsoft I had promotional money that would go away at the end of today. It already went away, unfortunately, because by the time they told me, it was like less than a day remaining, and they expired at UTC time. So I totally lost out. But I was looking at their sale items, and I saw Contra Rogue Core.
Oh man, Rogue Core.
And I do have that on the Switch. And man, I'm like right at the end of the game. I can't beat it. It's so hard to do solo.
You told me that there are some redeeming qualities to it, I think, right?
If you like grinding out and like getting stronger and farming weapons, that sort of thing, it could be fun. Definitely. It is not like a typical Contra game, though. It's just a twin-stick shooter, as far as I could tell.
That's cool. Yeah, I've been every time I see it on the store shelf, whether it's a used copy or something, I'm so close to picking it up, just to experiment with it, and try it. But I'll get it one of these days because you said it's not the worst game. So
yeah, like if you expect a Contra game, you won't like it. If you expect just a twin-stick shooter, like you might enjoy it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I like twin-stick shooters, so I'll go into it with that attitude.
It's a little bit campy and corny.
Yeah.
But overall, it's not terrible.
The
like I
zombie
said,
dragon
tough.
battle is pretty hard, says Michael. The zombie dragon battle.
Oh, last night, yeah.
Oh yeah.
My God, that kicked my butt. I must have spent like a half hour of retries on that.
Oh wow.
Do you know what he's talking about?
No, which game? That was the one you were playing.
Circle of the Moon, yeah.
Circle of the Moon. Okay, yeah.
There are these two zombie dragons, and
oh, the heads, the big dragon heads that you have to fight.
yeah, and they took like about 50 to 60 hits each head
They
to
are
kill.
very difficult.
I killed one, and then the other one started eating it and healing. My God.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's a really creative boss. Yeah, tough one. I'd say that's one of the standout bosses from that game.
I'm not sure if I might be like severely under-leveled or something like that. I felt like I didn't do enough damage.
He's tough. He's a tough one. I think anybody would tell you that.
Oh, good. It wasn't just me then.
Oh no. What is Discord? Says PNRix 15. Discord is kind of like a message board slash
chat room type thing.
Chat room set up for but done in modern times with social media being kind of a. It's hard for me to describe actually, but yeah, like a chat room. They're called servers. And you can create your own server for whatever, really. It started off as a gaming way for gamers to communicate when they play it online.
With voice chat.
Yeah, and it's evolved into communities, and businesses even use it, and it's pretty fun. So there is a My Retro Life Discord. If you guys want to belong to it. Here is an invite. Let me grab one for you. Assuming this link still works. Yep. There we go. Hola Gamester, what's up guys? 2D side scrollers, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah man. That's what we're talking about too. It's a Sega Genesis night, and so we're going to see a lot of 2D side scrollers, I'm sure. And it's definitely a wonderful game that we're playing right now. A really difficult game. If Manny can make it through this stage, then I will mad props, because this is a really difficult stage.
Well, now I have to try it.
Oh man! Before we move on, let's see the end of this one.
You don't understand my level of perseverance. It's like...
Oh no, I understand a sliver of it. I definitely know that you never back down from the challenge.
Oh boy.
You ever played Rocket Knight Adventures, man? You asked Brian.
No, I haven't.
Oh,
actually.
Dude, that one was one of Brian and I's favorites growing up. Loved that one. Great game. Ola Gamester says, if anyone can do it, Manny, if anyone can do it, it's Cousin Manny.
Well, thank you for that. Yeah, he's seen me do some crazy things. he's been hanging out with us on with the rest of us on Twitch, yeah.
Nice.
So, good time over there. We have a lot of fun discussion, I think. Battletoads is a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun playing through that. It's very, have you played that? Well, you probably have.
Not the new one, no. Yeah, not the new one.
Yeah, I think it's Xbox only, but it's got this, all the cutscenes are done like just Saturday morning cartoon style. It's really good.
That's cool. Hey, if you say it's good, that's really cool. I hope it'll probably remain an Xbox exclusive. So until I get that, I might not be able to play it. I'll have to watch your stream.
Yeah, it should be, I think they stay recorded for about a week or two.
Archived, yeah. Ovalindo says, Rocket Knight Adventures is the game that made me fall in love with Konami, which says a lot considering all the great Konami games in the 90s. 100%. Look at this, though. Look at this, look at the graphics here. Like, this is pushing the Genesis all the way. And seriously, I remember just my jaw hitting the floor during this boss fight. When I first encountered it. I couldn't comprehend what I was looking at. Like, I remember sitting there with my dad and us just being in awe of this boss fight here.
I like that. Oh, they don't start me there. That's too bad. Right,
Yeah, they make you redo this part.
I was gonna say I like how. Jeez. I like how the you're basically running away down the highway.
Yeah, I know. They basically took it a step further from Super Contra 3. The Alien Wars, I mean. Contra 3, the Alien Wars. No Super. Confusing that with Castlevania. Contra 3, the Alien Wars, like, had that motorcycle highway scene. But it was like, you know, this is like times 10, though, as far as intensity. Right here. Although you do ride a rocket, like you fist palm a rocket in that one, so I don't know.
Yeah, then you should see Rogue Core. That's a little ridiculous.
Rogue Core, yeah.
One of the characters is special, basically has you... I don't know where it comes from, but it's a rocket and you grab a missile or something like that. You grab onto it, it goes up in the air and then comes crashing down. You like ride it the whole time. It's just totally wacky, crazy game.
That's really funny. There we go. Who's your rail? Oh, John says, I love this game. Yes, I do too. I wish it was a little bit less challenging, but for those who are wanting the challenge and want this game to destroy them, then this is the game for them. Uh, Who's Your Rail Rider says, have you guys played High Seas Havoc? It's sort of like Sonic and has great graphics on the Genesis. Yes, that was a game we had. Major hidden gem. A lot of people don't know that game. Developed by Data East.
What did I hit?
Really good game. You ever play that one?
Nope. Never played that one.
Sort of a Sonic the Hedgehog clone in a way, but like a very fun, charming character. He's a seal. Pirate. He's like a pirate seal, but very charming, like a sailor almost, like a swashbuckling. It's a swashbuckling platformer that's a lot like Sonic the Hedgehog.
Okay.
So, yeah, really good. High Seas Havoc. Beautiful graphics. Great soundtrack. That's a good one. Good game on the screen. Michael says, I downloaded Tunic and only played for about 20 minutes and absolutely loved it. Tunic.
Oh, good. Yeah, we were talking about that. I have it downloaded now, too. So based on your recommendation, I will start it. He said it was like a Zelda-type game.
Ah, with the name Tunic. I love how some of these bosses are like, basically like, they're kind of like Chucky, how Chucky won't die, he keeps coming back to life at the end of that movie, and it's like there's all these different forms. The boss that won't die.
Damn.
Entertainment Joe, what's up? This is one Genesis game I'm surprised has never been re-released as Rocket Knight Adventures. Since I know that's
isn't there some Rocket Knight something or other on Xbox?
Xbox, there was
360?
a sequel / remake that came out. It was very seldomly talked about. Like, people don't even mention it anymore.
I just did.
I remember when it came out, and I always wanted to play it. Yeah.
Well, like I was sorry, I was saying I had like money on Xbox and then it expired. I don't think I ever got to the point. I did see Rocket Knight on there. I ended up picking up Grabbed by Ghoulies with my money that was expiring.
Grabbed by the Ghoulies. That game's fun. Yeah, that game's underrated for sure. People forget that that's a Rare title. Rare made that game, and it's like a horror themed beat 'em up.
So I got through that level, so I guess you gave me props now, right?
Oh yeah, major props, man. Got through that level. It's a tough one. But even more props if you get through this one.
How many stages are in this game?
Oh, there's a lot actually. I'd have to look it up, but off the top of my head, it's like something like 12 or something.
Really? 12
Yeah,
on only 5 continues? A game like this?
It's tough. Bunch of hardcore levels. Let's see.
Didn't see that coming.
Oh, this stage kick your butt. The boss is really cool on this stage. Though. He's got this virtual reality thing going on.
The boss kicked my butt. So those are my lives. So I'm gonna jump over. What was next? Gunstar, right?
Gunstar Heroes is next. Oh, I take it back. There's like 12, but that's if you include the branching. You know how the game has branching paths.
Okay.
So, on one playthrough, you wouldn't play all 12 levels. You would play. Well, really, there's stage 1. Then there's 2 stages for stage 2, 1 stage 3, 1 stage 4, 2 stages for stage 5. 3. I'm sorry, 3 different stages for stage 5. 2 stages for stage 6. Sorry, no, 3 different stages for stage 6. And then 1 stage 7, and then 1 secret stage. So yeah, a lot going on. There's 6 different endings.
Wow, 6 endings.
Yeah.
I always thought that the antagonist in this game was M. Bison.
I know, we used to always joke about that. So fun fact, Manny and I first played Gunstar Heroes when he picked it up with some Christmas money. and I was visiting that Christmas, and we played it that
yeah, it was
night.
like just on a whim, right? We had no idea what it was.
Yeah, we didn't know what it was. I think my dad might have said like, "Oh yeah, got good reviews," like in EGM. But that was it. And took it home, played it that night. There's video of it. I've got a video clip of us playing it. It's shown up in my retro life, the clip, but not. I think I just used it as kind of like B-roll. But we played it that whole night, and I think we beat it that night. We actually played for multiple hours. And
yeah,
beat
probably. Yeah.
Hey, thanks, Thick Sword, donated $3. How about Turtles Hyperstone Heist? Oh, yeah. You're picking all these two-player games. It's making me really wish you had the ability to do two-player. But thank you for that donation, and we will definitely get that on next. That'll be the next thing. Who else is pumped for that Turtles collection? Yeah, that's like insanely good.
I think,
Cowabunga collection.
get off me, man. Yeah, there we go. The explosions now. I always liked using the fire on the bosses. Just like, it takes their health down so much. This should be just as good, this explosion.
Somebody else mentioned just now, they said, Tyler, you sound like you're far away from the microphone. Is it set up properly?
You sound a little echoey to me, but what we could do is...
Yeah, I don't... There's, it's not... There's nothing on my... It's like, my mic's battery's not dying, so it might be just in the mix.
I mean, You're on max volume for me. Hang on, let me just make sure. Yeah, I've got no volume control for... Any other volume control for you.
Check 1, 2. Maybe, am I coming through properly on the OBS?
Yeah, you're full blast.
Cool.
Or at least as high as you can be.
Maybe the game's just too loud or something. I don't know.
Not sure. All right, sorry about that.
Yeah, sorry guys. We're just trying to tweak it for you. Sounds like it's going through my camera mic, he says.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't sound like a mic.
Oh, you know what? Let's look at our Hangouts. I should have looked at this before.
How did I just do that? I just called in a second character and I'm controlling both with the same... My game glitched out for some reason. I have two players, but like I have one controller. I don't know what happened, but they're both being controlled at the same inputs.
Oh, that's crazy.
This is actually pretty useful.
Oh, you know what, guys? Yeah, it is going through my computer. Oh, give me a second. I just realized it's unplugged.
So I'm playing 2 players alone. It's interesting. Never knew I could do that.
Yeah, I didn't know about that either.
I think it's just a glitch with the emulator. Like this M30 controller from 8BitDo, it acts so weird in Windows, and I'm not surprised that it's kind of glitched out. Whenever I try to look at a menu where I have to click on something, it just goes crazy, like the up button is constantly being pressed. Let's just go up, up. Hey. See that guy down there? Like he's glitching too. Oh, there we go. He's gone.
Okay, how does this sound?
Yeah, that's a lot better. Could be a bit louder though, if you could do that.
No, that's... I don't think that's capable on my end. Let's see. Check 1, 2.
Well, I'm hearing you alright, but it sounds a little muffled. It just doesn't sound loud enough.
No different than how we normally do it.
Well, how does it sound to everyone else? Much better quality, still kind of
Check
quiet.
1 2. Check 1 2.
All right, instead
Check
of
1 2,
comparing
check
it
1
to the game, how does it sound compared to my volume, my voice?
Check 1 2. Check 1 2.
That's a lot better. There you go.
That should be better now. Hello, hello, hello. I turned
Yep.
it up all the way now. Let us know, guys. Turned it up. It's all the way up now. That's weird. These settings got shuffled or changed. Check 1 2 1 2. Check cache 1 2 cache 1 2 cache 1 2. Somebody says louder, better now. Okay, okay, sweet.
Hey, look, I pushed start now. We got the first player
Loud and
again.
clear. Okay, cool. Yeah, it was weird. I guess I didn't realize it was not plugged in. Okay, cool. Thanks, Brian. Thanks, Michael.
Look at that health go down. That was fast.
That's the way you do it. That's the move you use. It's amazing how it took me forever to realize that that's how you beat that guy easily. That boss just used a melee attacks. If you can do that attack on a lot of the bosses, it drains their health.
Which stage? This guy was to me he was always Doc Brown. Yeah, let's.
He does look like Doc Brown. There's so many Doc Browns in gaming.
Yeah, always some wacky scientist character.
Yeah. It's so funny that you're playing with like 2 players.
Yeah. I'll have to. I mean, I would have thought that it would have happened the same way in Contra, but I guess maybe if you have
Hey. Shout out to Max Millie 85. Thanks, man, for your $5 donation. Max Millie just says, sending some love. Happy Friday. Right back at you, man. Hope everybody's having a good Friday. We got 38 people watching the stream right now. Thank you guys for joining. I finally got my mic working, so sorry for anybody else who had a hard time hearing me before. Slick Individual. Hey, Tyler, do you have any more videos of you at GameStop or Funko Land? That was awesome. I don't. I used them all up in that one. All the clips that I have of retail stuff. Except there is another time I'm going to share something else. There was some time we spent in the arcade at that mall in that same trip. And so I'm gonna put that out in a new video sometime down the line. It's been a while since I've talked about arcades. A really long time, really, because man, I produced the arcade episode like a long time ago in the last incarnation of the channel when it was iRetro Gamer. And so there I think I have enough footage to kind of do like another arcade episode talking about arcades. And that would be fun. It would be a different aspect of it. It'd be like almost like it would be kind of an episode talking about like the decline of arcades. And because the footage I have is from like 2000, and I have some footage from I even have some footage from 2007. Manny, actually, of when I came up in 2007, that Christmas. I actually have some footage of us at Dave & Buster's, you, Mikey, and me, and Melanie.
Oh,
yeah? Yeah. And that was an interesting Christmas, but I think it would tie in well with with a video about the decline of arcades, because definitely it's of that time period where arcades were dying.
Are they still in bad shape? I mean, are there any new arcade machines, or is it all just older ones?
Well, I mean, it's not like a booming industry like it once was. It's different. It looks different. Obviously, you have retro arcades now, and the retro arcades are a totally different thing, a little more niche, but they're they're still awesome, and they're popping up, and they're doing well. You know, people, you know, they're banking on that nostalgia, and but I love them. There's a couple here in Houston that I love going to, and then you've got, but yeah, like standard arcades. You know, they're not what they used to be. They exist in places that are like family event centers and stuff like that. And Dave and Buster's and Chuck E. Cheese is still around, and they'll have some new stuff, but nothing like it used to be.
That's too bad.
Yeah, Gabriel, that's right. Arcade machines are now more of a novelty experience rather than real games. He's right. Is Manny up for Star Wars Shadows of the Empire playthrough? I don't know. How did you ever have that game?
I did, yeah, and it's on my list of ones to do. I believe it was a paid request one day.
Definitely see if you can turn off the music options in that, or else it'll get in some trouble. It's all sorts of Star Wars music in that.
All right, good to know. I'll have to make sure that can be done. Otherwise, that might kill the whole thing right there.
Yeah, that might. Overlindo says, you guys, Slick Individual says, you guys should watch Round 1 Arcade. You should go to Round 1 Arcade. There's a whole bunch of Japanese games there. Round 1, if you do have a Round 1 in your city, that is the best arcade you could go to today. Like modern arcade. There was one in Albuquerque when I lived up in Albuquerque for a while, and we went there a couple of times, and it was fantastic. Really good stuff. I agree. Kal-El, yeah. Arcades have literally moved into people's homes thanks to companies like Arcade 1-Up. Yep.
That is true.
Agreed.
Oh, come on. I want something else.
Brian says, back in 2004 to 2008, University of Houston had a nice little arcade going. Had a lot of fighting games and tournaments going. Not sure if it's still active like that. Yeah, probably not. I mean, I don't hear about arcades in that way anymore. I definitely agree with what somebody else said. They've become more of a novelty. Unless you're going to like these dedicated places that have really, you can find arcades out there that are retro themed, or they're putting a large emphasis on community, and they've got maybe like a barcade. That's a chain of arcades that are out there they're called Barcade. I've been to some. Like I remember when I was up in Dallas for Retropalooza, we went to the barcade that was up there. I think it was a barcade, and it was cool. It was hopping. There was a lot of people there, but it was retro. It was a retro arcade. Tons of people there, drinks. It was fun. This boss can be so unpredictable because he morphs into different shapes depending on each. It's like randomized.
Yeah. I always like this one though.
Yeah, it's cool for that reason. Did you ever play the Game Boy Advance sequel?
I did.
That one's not bad either.
I think we had that one.
What's up, Big Keith? Big Keith is here. Big Keith says that was my favorite N64 game. Shadows of the Empire was one of the best. It was one of the best. It was definitely up there. Highly incredible memories with that one too. I definitely would love to do a video on that somehow. I don't have footage of it really, but I have a lot to talk about with that one for sure. Brian already knows the story I would tell with that one. You can do it, Manny. Which boss turns into a gun and starts shooting you? Like, that's insane.
All right. Yeah, he's pretty easy. He's an easy one.
Gabriel says the first arcade game I remember playing was Ghosts and Goblins at Chuck E. Cheese. That's a hard one.
Is it really a hard game to find, Brian? Shadows? I did.
Yeah,
not
when
know
it first
that.
came out, that's what he's talking about. That's the story I would share in the video. Is how Dad and I actually helped Brian obtain a copy of Shadows of the Empire. It's a fun story. It's fun.
Synchronized.
Oh yeah, Big Keith says put that video out when the Obi-Wan series starts on Disney Plus. That would be good timing. Yeah. I'll have to see when that comes out. The next video I'm working on is a video on the Bugs Bunny Birthday Blowout game. A really good story I have in memory I have of that game. It really, I'm not really timing it. It's not a timed release with anything happening. I just wanted to do it. May 23rd is when that Obi-Wan series comes out. That gives me some time.
So much happening here.
I used to always love the dice stage. I know some people hate the dice stage, but I love it. Basically being a boss rush.
It's terrible because one thing you could get sent back.
Yeah.
And I feel like it just happens so much.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough one. That one's more fun with a friend for sure. I can remember you and I playing this for the first time and really just being blown away by its originality, and I remember us laughing a lot and just having a good time with it.
Yeah. This is always a fun game. It's also a little bit quirky.
Yeah. Hey, Sega Steve, a regular, he sends his best wishes. He actually tweeted out and said, "The one night I can't watch the stream and they're playing Sega Genesis. Go check out Tyler and Manny." We're sorry you can't be here to join us, Steve, but maybe you're watching the archive playback, the replay. Oh, you don't want to be under there yet?
Nah, it's fine.
Ah, that worked out, yeah.
There's only like one damage I was taking.
That was one of those mini bosses that you could really you could do the physical attack on, and it drains him.
Let's get rid of red here. I don't want red. Let's run him off the edge. It's just way too distracting having the second player that I can't really control the right way. All right, there we go.
Mad Schmupper says, "I may have missed the answer to my previous question. Do you remember Nick Arcade?" Sorry if you already answered it. No, I missed that. I remember Nick Arcade very, very well. What do you remember that, Manny?
Is that the one where the contestants would play in the game, like physically play in it?
Yeah, they would. Well, it was based on high score challenges. They would go and try to get the high score on some Sega Genesis and NES and Super Nintendo games, and then they'd answer questions.
Yeah, and wasn't the
like
final
trivia
round that
stuff.
they actually look off
Yep.
screen at a camera or a screen and play the game themselves?
Yeah, they would fake the audience into thinking that they actually were put in a game.
Yeah,
They walk into this big chamber that puts them into a game, and really all they're doing is looking at a green screen.
I like the concept. I got frustrated beyond belief watching people who couldn't play the games.
I know. Some people would play it when they walk up to the game and not know what they were doing. Most of the time, it felt like that was happening.
Yeah, that's the kind of contestant you want, right? You don't want them to win.
In particular, that what I remember most about that show is it introduced me to Monster in My Pocket on NES. That was the first time I ever saw that game in action. And I remember thinking, man, I wish I still had an NES because I want to play this game. This was back after our NES had gotten stolen and we had the Genesis and Super Nintendo. And, you know, some of these NES games that were coming out, I'd hear about or see. And that was one of them that I really wanted to have and play. Monster in My Pocket.
It's your favorite stage. Mikey's around, you know. I saw him say something, but I didn't.
Oh, yeah, Mikey. Mikey's in the house. Cousin Mikey's here. Everybody say hi to Cousin Mikey. He says, Manny, wasn't the green weapon the best?
Yeah, not really. Because you know what would happen? Green weapon is a homing weapon.
It's cheap.
It's cheap, all right. Yeah, it's not even that. It's not that strong, but it always goes after someone you don't want it to go after. So if you just want to hit the boss, it'll always go after like his minions instead. And for the scenario where there are a lot of minions that keep spawning, it just never ends up hitting the boss. You have to turn it off. Yeah,
it's not good, especially on this dice stage when you have the boss rush, because like you said, oftentimes it won't target what you want it to. It works great in scenarios like this where there's just enemies all around.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't want to have it in the boss rush.
Take an item. All right.
What's up, Wheelchair Gamer?
Don't need an item.
Brian says his favorite weapon combo is always the double machine gun. Yeah. That one's great with that huge blast.
Mine is this one, the double flamethrower.
Entertainment Joe says Nick Arcade and Video Power are the two game shows I can think of in the early 90s that had to do with gaming. Yeah, Video Power, man. We'd watch that early on in the morning before school and work. I'll never forget watching that and seeing all the kids run through those aisles of games at the end with the shopping cart and just like take everything off the wall that they wanted to. And then always, if they got through that, you know, shopping spree, which was basically like that one TV show in the grocery store,
Supermarket Sweep.
Supermarket Sweep, but for video games, yeah. And if they won the challenge, beat the time, beat the clock, they won a free, or maybe they had to find the secret tag or something in the obstacle in the, you know, the course. But they would win a Neo Geo. That was the biggest thing. I remember always freaking out when they won the Neo Geo because the Neo Geo was like $700 back in 1992. And it was insane to see people win it. And yeah, it was super cool. What's up, Kevin O'Toole? Oh, somebody's here. 1 second.
Somebody's here. Hey, Kevin O'Toole. Yo to you, too. Big Keith was almost a contestant on Nick Arcade. I always wanted to be on something like that, but, you know, I never applied. Wonder how it would have done. Probably wouldn't have done well. Too much pressure, right? Wasn't there a show where kids ran through Toys R Us? Yeah, I don't know about that. That doesn't ring a bell. Warning. Danger ahead. Vortex space. This one's not that bad. Mikey, what are you playing these days? If you're still there. I hope I don't get a 1. Please no. Alright, yeah. That no weapon fight is horrendous. Abarembu Gel. Another easy boss. Mikey, have you started streaming your Eye of the Beholder run yet? Oh, see, this is what I mean. Now I gotta go all the way back to the start. Such a lame mechanic. At least everything stays cleared. Another easy boss. Are you playing it on RetroArch or yeah, or are you playing the PC version? All right. Oh, this one, I hated this one. I always hated this one. Can't jump up there. There we go. All right, back to this. Aloha Gamester picked up Disco Elysium and Romancing Saga 3 on the Switch. What happened there? 3? What happened? Did I go 3 spots? Really? I never played either of those 2 games. It was like Oh My Car from Final Fight. Brian, I never played Darkest Dungeon, but I know you're referring to Mikey. Mikey, you should definitely play Darkest Dungeon. It's a very technical RPG. Nice and difficult, too. You'd like it. Damn it. Ah. This fight sucks so bad. Curry and rice. Two more health. Guess it wasn't that bad. I don't know where Tyler went. Hang on, let me even see if he's, looks like he's offline or something. Weird. Yeah, it shows as like a black screen. Don't know what that's about. Happy item room. Alright. Is that good? Collect items. I thought it was a fight level.
Hey guys, I don't know if you can hear me okay.
Now we hear you, but I don't see you. It's like a black screen.
I took the
There you are. Now you're back.
there we go.
You look frozen to me though.
Frozen.
There we
Am
go.
I good now?
Yeah, I don't know what that was
Okay.
about.
Okay,
Maybe
yeah.
because
Sorry for that.
there was no movement. Maybe. it,
Oh
like,
yeah, maybe it was like wigging out
screensaver.
on
Yeah.
Google Hangouts. Yeah, I was. You want to say hi? Megan and Hallie came back from hanging out with the grandmas.
Ah,
And so
Hello.
here's Megan.
Megan?
You haven't seen her on a stream in a while. We used to stream you and I a lot. Was it last summer?
Something like that, yeah. Hey, cousin Manny.
hey. It's me, cousin Manny.
I like your hat. Is that a Monsters University hat?
Yes, it is.
Very nice.
It's funny. I thought it was a Sega hat at first, but now I can tell it you.
It's an
Because
honorary.
you-
I'm an honorary graduate.
Oh, hey, Brian.
Hey, Brian says hi.
Sorry, yeah, we got home, and that's what crashed your party.
Oh, thank you, Kevin Oates. Kevin Oates donated $3. I think I missed what he said. Let me pull that up. That little jingle sound of the diamond hitting the ground, it's the same jingle from Sonic 2 when in the opening, when it like the ring is like glistening in the sun or something like that. It's the same exact sound effect. Ooh, that's bright. Sorry, guys. 1 second. Our faces are probably all blown out right now.
Well, actually, it looks pretty good. You're usually pretty dark.
Oh, am I normally too dark?
It's obvious that you're using like just the glow of a screen. I think.
Yeah. I kind of like it that way. It just to me it looks more moody, like you're in an arcade or something.
Like,
I like it moody. I like it. Let's see here. What is the account? Let's see. Yeah, Kevin Oates said. Kevin Oates here. Love this game. Keep up the great work, dudes. Well, thank you, Kevin. Appreciate it. We love this game too. Manny, in case you were wondering, the next game on the list is a game for Thick Sword, who donated $3. Thanks again, Thick Sword. I don't know if you're still watching. But he was asking for Hyperstone Heist.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I forgot about it. I don't have a list running here, so I was gonna ask you, but you were away.
Yeah, no. It was funny when I left and I was helping the girls in. I was like, I had made the screen black, like I put like a cloth over the camera and all this stuff, but it looked like something weird had happened. I was like, somebody's at the door, and then like I never come back.
I know. Actually, I
yeah,
was.
I told him it sounds really sketchy.
Thick Sword, are you still here? If you're still here.
Oh, Wheelchair Gamer says, "Hey Megan." Michael says, "Hey Megan."
All right, yeah.
Hey.
Hang
Keith
out.
says,
We'll
Megan,
we'll
what
get
are
to
you
your
up
game,
Or how
Thick
are
Sword.
you? How are you, sis? Says Big Keith.
I'm good, bro.
We'll get to Thick Sword's game, but I feel like I'm close to the end, so I kind of want to push a little bit.
Oh man, yeah, you could actually probably beat this game if you keep going. It'll probably take you another 20 minutes or so to beat it, honestly, because this is stage 5. You still got the shooter level and then the final stage.
Yeah, I mean, if you have to get going, Thick Sword, then let me know, and we'll jump right to it. But if not, then sit tight.
Mad Schmupper says, "Oh, Brian says never played D1, only played D2."
Diablo.
Oh, Diablo. Okay, because those are games on Sega Saturn. D2 and D1. D1 was on Sega CD, I think.
No, Mikey had it. Was it PS1? I think we had it for. He loved that game on PlayStation.
Oh, that's right. D1 was on Sega Saturn, and D2 was on Dreamcast. Not Diablo.
Oh, just D?
Yeah, so D1 was a game made by Sega, and D2 was made by Sega. It was actually called D2. And that's what let's see, D2, Sega.
All right, yeah, I thought they were discussing Diablo earlier in the chat.
They actually probably are. That's where the confusion is coming from. The first game, I don't know if any of you have played the D games. They're pretty fun though. I mean, they're survival horror games. They're like Resident Evil, like in like the snow and the Alps and like the Himalayas or something. Actually, there was no D1. Just D2 is what this game is called. PNRX15 says, $5 donation. Thank you, man. Says, hey, Tyler and Manny, would you guys consider to be... hold on, let me go back to the Streamlabs thing here. Thank you. I just saw another one come through from Kevin Oates. Thank you, man. So first, PNRex15, thank you. Says, hey Tyler and Manny, would you guys consider to be the hardest games? Maybe you meant. What do you consider to be the hardest games? Any genre or platform. Thanks for another stream. What do you think, Manny? What would you consider to be the hardest games? Thanks for your question.
Ooh, I don't think they're necessarily hard, but they're hard to control and they're stressful, which are the Resident Evil games. Limited ammo, tank controls. Don't know if they're the hardest though, but they come to mind. I mean, there's obvious ones like Dark Souls games are hard, but I wouldn't lump those in the same category.
We had some trouble over there from a spammer. Sorry for that, guys. I got rid of him.
Your hardest games?
My hardest game. So, yeah, that guy was very distracting. Sorry. I was like, get out of here. Let's see. Hardest games for me are going to be... one of the hardest that I ever played, I played recently, was Cuphead. But hard in a great way. Like I worked hard and actually beat that game, the regular story, not the. I don't think I did like the special ending or anything like that, but that one's up there. Yeah, Ghosts and Goblins. I agree, Michael. That one's way up there. I'm trying to think of another like really hard and frustrating game, like to the point where you just want to pull your hair out. It's so frustrating. When I think of that, I definitely think back to the NES.
Sorry, definitely not gonna go through that level again. So we'll just go to Hyperstone.
like Codename Viper was a really hard one on NES. It was like a one hit wonder, as we used to call them. That one's super hard. I mean, yeah, Silver Surfer. That's one. That's absolutely one that I like. I think is one of the hardest games ever made. Seriously, guys, I've actually said to Manny, like, if you beat Silver Surfer on a stream one night, I mean, I already know you're the king of games, so I guess that would make you the like high priest of games. I don't know, like, but
Jeez.
like I think Silver Surfer is probably the hardest game I remember playing, at least from when I was a kid. Well, we
Well,
did it a little
I
bit
guess
on
in
on
that
stream once.
case, The Adventures of Bayou Billy was really,
Oh yeah.
but not. I guess it was just a bad game in general. But the brawling parts were really tough. If you happened to get past that, then you had driving scenes, which I think you had to have a light gun for as well.
Going back to another donation that came through with a message from Kevin Oates. He said, "Alien Soldier looks sweet. Can't wait to play that game." Yeah, man. We could play it here on the stream if that's like a request of yours for your donation. It is on the Sega Genesis Nintendo Switch Online now, and it is great. It's made by Treasure. You know, they kind of followed up Gunstar Heroes with that game on the Genesis, and it's a really good one. It's basically a non-stop boss rush, that game.
I never played this game, but it seems to borrow very, very heavily from Turtles in Time.
Oh, it is. It's
Is it like an alternate dimension game or something?
Yeah, it's basically Turtles in Time, but like reimagined. And that was, I don't know why they exactly did it that way, but it's cool because you can own both and still kind of feel like they're almost two different games. They have a slightly different storyline, and different levels.
Can you not throw into the screen on this one?
No, you can't. This one, yeah, has a different. I remember renting this one. I owned Turtles in Time, and then I rented this one to just see what it was all about, like, because I'd heard it was slightly different, and I remember renting it and playing it and enjoying it, and they really did. It's a great version of the game. I think Konami did a remarkable job making a Genesis version.
It's essentially a port, then, right?
Yeah, pretty much. It has a lot of the same things as Turtles in Time. Just kind of a different stage layout, some different stages, and a slightly different storyline too.
All the graphics look the same. Same
Yeah,
sprites,
they're all
same animations.
It is the basically Turtles in Time.
You know which boss I always hated in Turtles in Time? Was his name Razor? It was the turtle in the prehistoric era.
Slash.
Oh man.
Yeah.
What a nightmare of a boss.
Aloha Gamester, thank you so much for your $10 donation, man. Aloha Gamester says, let me pull it up here. Tyler, your channel is an inspiration and a pleasure to watch. Manny, it's been fun hanging out with you on the stream this past week. Both of you, keep up the great work. Thanks, man.
I'm glad you enjoy it.
We appreciate it. And, I've been thinking a lot about how just awesome the fans of the show are, and just the people that watch the channel. You guys watch the streams. There's other YouTubers that I watch out there, and maybe they have bigger channels, but I think a lot of them fall into some sort of a problem with their channels where their videos are their views are based off of, like, I don't know, stuff that, I don't know, I guess just regular kind of gaming news and stuff like that, and just maybe some superficial type stuff you'd maybe say. And I say that I don't say that in a negative way. I'm those channels are definitely, they're great for what they do. But what I've noticed in the My Retro Life channel is that y'all have really opened up to me and to Manny and to, like y'all are really just cool. And in the comments that I read, there's a, I don't know. I feel like I'm just thankful for you is what I'm trying to say. I'm thankful for all of you for leaving awesome comments, leaving incredible. I mean, I can't say that. I don't think it's every YouTuber that gets these kind of like, heartfelt messages from people. And so I am very thankful for each and every one of you that leave such awesome comments and say such wonderful things about the show and how it either inspires you or how, you just are thankful for it. It means a lot. It means a lot to hear that. And you're all really cool. So thank you guys.
I know my motivation to get involved and then, just try streaming on my own even, and get comfortable with it, had to do a lot with the reception, I guess. Not the reception, but the feedback toward myself and Mikey and all that we would get from your videos. So it kind of like pulled us into it because people would appreciate seeing our side of the stories too.
Yeah.
So it was a catalyst for me to really jump in and be a part of it in a more present time sense.
It would be cool to do one time, and obviously we can talk about it and see if you're comfortable with it. But it just dawned on me what a cool kind of idea would be like an almost alternate take on some of the episodes, where like the ones maybe where you and Mikey are in them big time, or maybe the story is about you and Mikey or Aunt Michelle. Like if we do some sort of like alternate version of the episode where the script, the writing, the storytelling is from your point of view, and you narrate it. And I think that would be really interesting. Like, I don't know. Maybe some of y'all in the chat can say whether or not you like that idea.
It would be a lot of no RPGs again.
Yeah, exactly. But it'd be interesting. Like, I would tell you, okay, well, here, let's take the Sega CD episode for instance, where it was all about you and Mikey and you guys getting the Sega CD, and let's hear it narrated and edited, from your point of view. Directly, so that would be kind of cool.
Interesting.
I'm going to read some of the comments. This is going to be on the Cowabunga collection. Yep, I know. It is going to be there. Yep. Let's see. Tyler, Josh Walls. Tyler, did you and your dad have the Neo Geo? No, we didn't. We had the Neo Geo CD. We had that. We didn't have the original AES Neo Geo cartridge system. We didn't have that. Always wanted it though. Never got around to it. I have a story about us nearly getting it. And maybe I'll do a video on that one day. PN Rex 15 says Tyler and Manny are the real MVPs. Thanks for the retro content and good vibes. Thank you, man. Kevin O'Toole says you guys rock. Charlie Hustle, you guys are great and make us feel like part of the family, or part of the family. It's great to interact with you guys every week. Well, thanks, Charlie. That's awesome.
That's cousin Charlie right there.
It's cousin Charlie. Yeah. It's good.
Yeah.
Everybody's a cousin here, right?
Well, that was my whole point, right? By going with just being known as Cousin Manny, because like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
We're all cousins.
It's funny if everybody changes their username to cousin Josh Walls, cousin PN Rex 15. Cousin Kevin O'Toole.
Cousin Big Keith.
Cousin Big Keith. Green Devil, you guys are great. So happy Manny is a regular now.
Is that only the 100%. First scene I did? Didn't I fight like 3 bosses? That was scene 1.
Oh yeah, they kind of combine levels and stuff in this version. Yeah, like this right here wasn't in the Turtles in Time game.
What the heck is that? A potion that was floating in the water?
I don't know. Maybe it was a bottle, like a message in a
guess.
bottle.
A lot of lonely hearts in this ocean.
Michael says, good idea. Come on, Manny, do it, bro, says Big Keith. PN Rex 15 says, remix some episodes with different perspectives. Great idea. The Wheelchair Gamer, I do like that idea. Andrew says, Andrew Horton chimes in and says, I would definitely watch that. Gabriel says, I think it's a more personal connection because of the stories you share are more than just surface level gaming videos. Appreciate that. I always try to inject that into it, because when I first set out to do the show, and really just a gaming channel in general, but really when I started doing the show, I said, okay, I am a retro channel in a sea of retro channels. There are so many people out there trying to do this, and that's all well and good, but what do I have? What can I contribute to this community? What do I have that's unique and different, and that would A, maybe stand out a little bit, but also B, what would people appreciate the most as a person in the community? You know, I'm a huge fan of retro gaming. You know, what would I like to see? You know, kind of thing. So, you know, a big inspiration, honestly, was maybe on a subconscious level. Was I mean, I've always said it before. AVGN, you know, James Rolfe's stuff really has always been a huge inspiration. And but there was an early episode that he did of Angry Video Game Nerd where he showed us some home movie footage of him when he was a little kid. He's getting mad at some game, I can't remember, Ghouls and Ghosts maybe. And it's like the only footage he had of him as a kid or something. And I remember always seeing that and thinking, wow, I have so much footage. Like, I mean, I have so much. It's ridiculous how much footage I have. And so that was always in the back of my mind. And, you know, I put up the first episode, and I did it kind of on a whim. I didn't really know if anybody would, you know, like it. And y'all did. So here we go. And, you know, it's just, it's great to do. I'm excited to continue doing the series. You know, after that GameStop episode, I'm definitely really excited to do the next ones because there's some unique episodes coming. Really, really fun, interesting ones. I can't wait to tell those stories. Been holding on to this footage for some time. So, some more to come, guys. More to come.
Mordecai.
Big Keith says, let's go, Heracopacus. Please do. He knows your last name.
Well, I mean, it's in the show.
Yeah, I know. I don't like outright use your, but it's in the credits and stuff. So funny.
I always thought it was crazy to see I had my own IMDb page. I'm like, that's weird.
Yeah, it is crazy. It's fun. It's fun that's up there. I think I added y'all to that when I think I actually added y'all to that. And somebody maintains the IMDb page. He actually messaged me one day and he said, "Hey Tyler, are you okay with me doing this, this, and this?" He goes, I've sort of been curating the IMDb page for the show, and so that's really cool. Let's see.
Okay.
No kidding. Charlie says, oh, Mad Schmupper says, oh no, John, sorry, catching up on the chat here. We are thankful for you guys. Your content just reminds me of playing NES with my cousins when I was a kid. Mad Schmupper says, your love for your father is what drew me in at first, and the great game content is considered bonus. Hey, that's cool to hear. I've heard that from some people where they're like, I've heard some people even say in comments, they go, I'm not even a gamer, but I really, really enjoyed this.
That's awesome.
And so that's always a good compliment, yeah. Charlie says, no kidding. We all have those family memories that are so similar, and the holiday videos and the times you guys were all together just hit home. Thick Sword, growing up playing retro games, I can relate to you and Manny and look forward to more great content. Entertainment Joe, I remember him getting mad playing Super Mario Brothers and saying, I lose every game.
Wait, who said that?
Entertainment Joe.
Oh no, about who?
Yeah, I'm trying to see
Was it you or
who
or
it was that said that. Like, who in your family said that? Entertainment Joe. Wheelchair Gamer says, I think your dad would be a big part of the channel if he were still with us, Tyler. Yes, I mean, 100% would. I mean, I don't know. I've said it before. I don't think the channel would exist in the way it does. I think some of the way that the show was conceived, the main series, was the fact that he is no longer with us, because the whole thing is done very much in tribute, and it, like, looking back on those days. With it's about the games and everything, but it's about him too. It's almost like I'm creating like a little documentary about him. In some ways, it's about us and gaming, but it's really, if you watch the episodes, I always try to sneak in a little more facts about him and things that he did and things, how he was and stuff. So it's very much, it's for him. Let's see. I do know there was also home video footage of him playing Ghosts and Goblins. Oh, okay. Maybe he's Entertainment Joe's talking about James Rolfe. Home Alone, home video of him playing Ghosts and Goblins as well, since that was seen in the Ghosts and Goblins AVGN episode a bit. Pie Lover says, everyone is a cousin. Everyone is a cousin. My Retro Life shirts. What do you think? Everyone is a cousin. That's kind of funny, because that almost kind of sounds like, isn't it like in Hawaii that they call everybody cousin or something like that? It almost sounds like you're doing that. The Mad Schmupper, I'm only here for the free coffee and donuts that you promised after show's end. Oh man, I better get on that. Brian says, I'm listed on the IMDb page too. Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought you knew about that. It's funny. I would have told you you're on there. You are on there, man. You're in enough episodes. I think you belong on there for sure. Michael, you mentioned before that your dad would call Aunt Michelle on the weekends. Now you continue that tradition with Manny on the stream. Hey, that's true. Yeah, I never thought about it like that.
Friday
but
evening.
That's really cool. Yeah. I need to call my Aunt Michelle more often. It's a reminder that I need to call her and see how she's doing, because I don't call enough.
Call her and say, hey, play any good RPGs lately.
Yeah.
What is she
I
playing?
should. Maybe she'll talk about, is she playing Three Houses? I think you got that for her.
She's not still playing that. She's playing something on her... I thought she was playing like Robo Trek on her SNES.
Okay.
I don't know.
Brian says, remember the Care Bear cousins. Oh, how could I forget? Lionheart. That's the one that always sticks out, Lionheart.
Hey, by the way, did we have another request?
We had, let's see, Alien Soldier was talked about in one of the donations. We had donations that came through without requests, which was very nice of some of y'all. But Aloha and Kevin Oates, and even PNREX 15. If either three of you have a request for the next game, fire away, guys, because we definitely want to honor any donations that come through with the next game.
Yeah, I've been playing through Circle of the Moon. And I gotta tell you, man, that game is rough around the edges. It's not just because it's a Game Boy Advance pixelated game, but
Yeah,
there are some tough fights.
Aria
in
of
that.
Sorrow. Aria of Sorrow is so much better.
I'm a good portion, I think, through it, but just I don't know, man. I'm getting my butt handed to me.
Kevin, okay, for Kevin, Alien Soldier.
Sure. Alright, let's see if we get through this stage, and then we'll do that. Although, this is probably going to be a long one, since they combined everything.
Yeah, these stages are longer.
I don't remember this one in Turtles in Time. So this must
This
be
one,
there.
no, yeah, this one's different for sure. This one's, yeah, this was not. That's what's cool. That's what's really cool about Hyperstone Heist. It's almost like an alternate reality version of Turtles in Time. PN 15 changed his name to Cousin PN 15. Way to go, man. He says, how about Shinobi 3? Oh, good choice. Good choice.
Yeah, I like that one. Yeah, okay.
So, Alien Soldier, and then Shinobi 3 will be. And,
You know what I liked about Shinobi 3? I always thought was really cool, and I could tell even back when I was a kid, was when you're on the horseback and you're like just doing that chase, and they have the scrolling in the background. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like
yeah,
second
no, I do.
stage or
I
something.
love that part. That game is one of my favorite Genesis games. It's a beautiful game. Just the right amount of challenge too. And I remember beating it back in the day and being so thrilled.
This doesn't look good. It's like a bed of spikes that's going to come down on us. See, this is a good attack where you're whipping the guy back and forth. Clears
Yeah.
the area.
I wonder what others. I don't know if I ever beat Hyperstone Heist. I wonder what other stages didn't make it into Turtles in Time that they have in this one. This looks a lot like the Turtles 2, the arcade game stage in the dojo.
Yeah. I think they also have the spikes. That's why you're thinking that.
Yeah.
I never liked that stage. I know, yeah. I guess the ice stage wasn't that bad, the snow stage, but...
No, the dojo stage is hard.
Mhm.
That's a really tough one. That'd be funny if the boss was that boss from that game.
I guess it was a ninja. I don't remember.
I'm trying to remember. It was well, no, it was one of the Dimension X rock soldiers.
Oh, okay. Those are tough enemies too. Tough bosses. The rock soldiers.
Yeah,
General Trag or whatever his name is.
yeah, General Trag. Scarface 28. What's up, man? He just says legends. You are all legends. Mystery Lotus,
Scarface.
Chrono Cross next month. If successful sales, I hope they come out with Chrono Trigger. Man, you're not the only one. You're not the only one who hopes that. Brian Longobardi. Who's he? No, I know. That's Brian. Just joking. Brian says the dojo stage was really hard, especially the boss. Wasn't the boss like a robot samurai?
I don't know.
Is that right? I thought it was a rock soldier. Maybe I'm thinking that wrong. Maybe you're right. Maybe it was a different boss. I'll have to look it up. After you destroy his body, his head comes after you.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah. TMNT 2 NES bosses. Let's look it up.
These guys come in just to blow fire at me, and then they step back. It's like,
Yeah.
why not keep pushing forward and trying to attack me? Like their whole point is just to blow fire.
NES bosses. NES dojo stage.
Tatsu.
Oh, Tatsu. Wasn't he?
Well, this is the guy I'm fighting now.
Is he supposed to be the guy from Turtles 3, the movie? The terrible movie?
I never saw that movie. I wouldn't know.
Oh, it's so bad.
Ah. Oh, shell shock.
Oh, shell shock.
Hey, look, they got the poking out of the manhole cover like the Turtles
Oh,
movie.
that's from the movie poster, yeah.
This will probably
not-
start me over.
not the-
Yeah.
Yeah, the first movie, yeah.
Oh, wow, it starts at the bus. All right, let's give him another shot before we call it quits.
Yeah.
Come on.
You know, I'm having the hardest time looking up that
Hey,
boss.
look, it happened again. I got
So I'm just gonna...
the second player controller settings must be
Oh, that's
mapped
so
to the
weird.
same button.
That is really weird. Let me catch up on chat here. Aloha Gamester. Yeah, they're in Hawaii. Oh, here in Hawaii. Oh, yeah. Aloha. Maybe that's... yeah, okay. You're from Hawaii. There you go. They refer to people as cousin and brada. And if they're an older individual, they call them auntie or uncle. I live out here in Oahu. Or, yeah, Oahu? Hopefully I said that right. Oahu. That's really cool. I bet it's beautiful out there. I mean, I know it is from all the stuff I've seen. I've never been there myself, but maybe someday. John Johns, I would love to see some Streets of Rage 2 if nobody requests it. Yeah, maybe we get that on at the end of the stream.
The dude exploded. He just exploded. That's one way to go out. All right. Oh, wow.
Moving on to, you want to fire up Alien Soldier?
That typewriter sound. Yeah, I'll do that. When it was telling me the level, I guess because of spatial audio in my headset, it sounds like it's all the way back there. And I'm like,
oh, that's weird.
what's
Yeah.
going on? All right, Alien Soldier. Alien Soldier.
Oh, Brian. Yeah, Brian says that is Shredder's right-hand man from Turtles 1 and 2 movies. Tetsu.
Wonder if I was.
And you know
at the
what?
last
You know what?
stage.
The same actor played him. Isn't it the same actor that plays the bad guy in the third movie, but he's a different character? That's so bad. That third movie was really bad. Kevin O'Toole says, "Ninja vanish."
Oh, this music.
Alien Soldier, man. You're in for a treat. You never played this one, huh?
I think I might have. Was it on the Mini?
It was on the Mini, yeah.
I think I did then, yeah. Wasn't this the one you said was like a boss rush game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did play this one.
Yeah, it's basically like one giant boss rush.
Taking all the same weapon, huh? Let's see. Ranger Force, Homing Force. It's like, I feel like I'm playing Gunstar Heroes again. It's like all the same type of weapons.
Yeah, it is. It feels like a spiritual successor, really.
All right, weapon select, shot jump. All right, same thing. Shoot mode change.
Match
Teleport.
Mopper says, Manny and Tyler, have you had any experience with the Evercade console yet? If so, any thoughts? I did a video on it. I reviewed it when I was... I reviewed it as a double review for early on when I first relaunched the channel. I did it as a double review for both My Retro Life, but also Pixel Game Squad. It was featured in one of their episodes. And it's... I enjoyed it. I thought it was really cool. Cool new console that's like has old games released on it in collections. And what I'm more excited for is the consoleized version of it that they're coming out with soon.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they're coming out with a consoleized version of the Evercade because normally it was just a portable console with some HDMI ports. But now they're going to put out a consoleized version to play the dedicated cartridges, and that's going to be cool. Yeah, I like what they're doing. The treasure game on the Genesis I'm most familiar with is Dynamite Heady, says Entertainment Joe.
I'm having a hard time controlling this.
It is kind of hard to control. Once you master the dash, you'll be great. If you dash, you actually will go through enemy bullets and enemies, and it's your way to basically dodge.
Okay.
So figure out the dash move, and you'll be golden.
Like sometimes,
I think
like
it's like-
I don't, I'm not sure what's happening here. It's like I have a broken arm. Can you like lose your weapon or something? Look at this.
I believe you can run out of it, or yeah, something.
Oh, okay.
It's a game that I need to spend more time with, so I couldn't really tell you offhand.
Yeah, it looks like my
do
force
wanna-
as well.
Do want to say, guys, definitely hit that like button if you haven't yet already. Maybe we'll get some more people here in on the chat. We got 35 people watching right now. I know we were up to 40 something at one point. The most people that have tuned into a My Retro Live broadcast has been 40, something like 49 or something like that, 50, 51. I can't remember what it was, but we broke that recently. I think with the last Friday night stream we did. So always cool to have you guys watch and see what kind of new records we can hit. Oh, Charlie, it's already out, the Evercade Versus. Cool, it's on Amazon. Yeah, we'll have to check that out.
This is not an easy game.
Or Evercade VS, maybe. No, this is not an easy game. It's definitely one that you have to master. It's got a learning curve. Kind of a steep learning curve.
Level hard. Oh boy. All right.
Oh, maybe you can change that.
Yeah, I might have to restart. So yeah, like trying to change weapons. It'd be kind of cool to have a. Can you do it in pause menu? No. That's the only thing is a little bit difficult, is trying to manage that.
Wheelchair Gamer says, can you get the Evercade in Best Buy stores? I don't think so. I haven't seen it there. Maybe online.
I just want to shoot
Riz.
forward, man. Come on. What the hell? Like, he's shooting down, he's shooting up, but he won't shoot straight. Like, I want to duck and shoot, and you can't do that.
Yeah, I remember having some trouble with the controls for sure, but it's it's definitely one where once you get the hang of it.
All right.
Riz 2336. Hey Tyler and Manny, good to see you guys gaming again. Good to see you too, Riz. I don't think I've seen you in a while. Thanks for joining us tonight. Charlie Hustle, this boss is always tough for me. The retro couple, what's up guys? Just relax and watch an old school anime like Bubblegum Crisis. Hope y'all are doing well. We are doing well. Bubblegum Crisis is awesome. That was one of my favorite anime when I was younger. The one that takes place in the future, Bubblegum Crisis 2040, I think it was 20 something like that, with a huge heavy emphasis on like Blade Runner. It felt very Blade Runner meets like Snatcher with the kind of robots, cyborgs that go rogue, and they have to go destroy, like, you know, the Bubblegum Crisis team. They're basically this organization of women with these like cyborg, you know, outfits, and they go out and fight these robots. It's really cool. If anybody has not seen that, I definitely recommend it.
I didn't have much
Oh,
time.
that was your next question, retro couple. What anime did y'all watch back in the day? I watched that one. I watched some old school ones like 3x3 Eyes, and Project Echo was one I watched.
Super
course, like-
hard. It was on super hard.
Oh, dang.
It's
there
either
you go.
super hard or super easy. There's nothing in between. All right, let's just do super easy until so I need to get
I
a
loved
handle on this.
Berserk. I used to watch Berserk quite a bit. That was it. There was only a handful, honestly, that I got into big time. Some of them, like the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, I had that. The anime. And then Battle Arena Toshinden, I had that anime. The movie that they made. Street Fighter, they made a movie out of that. That was good. Yeah, various anime from back then. Oh, yeah, I said Project Echo, 3x3 Eyes. There was another one called Magical Shopping Arcade that I watched a lot of. And then I actually did some VO work for an anime called Full Metal Panic Fumafu. I did some voiceovers on that, just in a couple of episodes, various voices, when I was trying to strike out in the voice acting business. It didn't quite go the way I was thinking it would, or hoping it would, I should say. Things changed. Started going down a different road, but I know I've mentioned that on the stream before.
Yeah, you were like Thug number 1 and Thug number 2.
Yeah, yeah, Delinquent B. I never really got into Dragon Ball Z. I never really saw the appeal, honestly. And I know a lot of people love that. And I'm not in any way trying to say that it's bad or anything. Just for some reason, I never got into it. A lot like I've never gotten into The Office. People think I'm nuts that I don't like The Office. And I'm like, I don't know. I have a hard time getting into it. I love Parks and Rec, which is strange because it's a lot like The Office. But I don't know. I'm just weird. Watch about 20 people leave the stream right now.
I was able to relate to it, that show.
Cousin PNRX15 says, I'm offended, I'm changing my name back. Yeah, Retro Couple, I did some VO work. Albeit briefly, but it was fun. It was cool getting into it. It was cool doing it a few times and being in the recording booth. You know, there was ADV Films which did a lot of the anime. They did a lot of the dubbing, and distributing. Their entire company was based in Houston, where I'm from, and so I got an audition with them, and I was able to do some stuff with them, and that was a lot of fun. Being in the recording booth and going through that whole process of doing VO work was really, really cool. I don't know anybody, and I don't know how I would, do any more of that. It would be fun to, though. It definitely would. I mean, the channel and the show obviously is an outlet for that sort of thing. Trying to be entertaining on camera, and also the narration when I narrate on the My Retro Life episodes is definitely I'm talking with my normal voice sort of, but it's also a little amped up, more like a narrator, So
I always remember when I don't know what the series was. Maybe it was part of GameScan. Or maybe it was the one, which was the one you did with George? It was just iRetro Gamer.
Oh yeah, just iRetro Gamer, yeah.
And you'd have like a break segment where you'd go, "Did you know?" And you like,
yeah.
It was like this high pitched. It definitely was.
That was in GameScan actually. That was GameScan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It would be it'd be like almost like commercial break type stuff, and
yeah.
Change the voice and did you know?
Yeah, just like that.
Yep.
Oh, that's how
you
dash.
You know?
Okay.
Alex Kidd is featured on a gravestone in Altered Beast.
Is he?
Yeah, he is. It's funny, and I think the whole line in that "Did you know" segment was is Alex Kidd is featured on a gravestone in Altered Beast, foreshadowing the death of a mascot? Probably.
Probably.
Nanny, use your dash down
Yeah,
and C.
I just learned it. I just
Okay,
figured
yeah.
it out.
That's what Charlie says.
Yeah. The thing is, I'm going into this not like having any clue what the controls are.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
no,
good.
like I said, definitely a learning curve on this one. But you're doing well. You're doing well. You're figuring it out. Connor Kiss, what's up, man? He says, such a great game. It's one that I definitely need to spend more time with, and I've always admired the visuals and the gameplay, but I haven't spent enough time with it to really get far into it. Entertainment Joe says, when it comes down to anime, I really like Adult Swim.
Holy shit! Look at this guy.
Oh man, look at this boss.
It's like a samurai. I kind of want to stay away from him.
Like a fat lizard samurai.
Wow, I just did a ton of damage.
For some reason, I just thought of, you were talking about Adult Swim. I know Brian's watching right now. Brian, do you remember? Man, Brian introduced me to Harvey Birdman back when we were roommates, and this is in college, like after college, and he introduced me to Harvey Birdman, and I love that show. I need to watch it again somehow. It's so funny, so funny. And that wasn't, I don't think that was Adult Swim, or maybe it was, but man, Harvey Birdman, if you guys haven't seen it, it's so good. Brian and I used to watch that. He also introduced me to the Johnny Quest show. What was that show, Brian? Was it Venture Brothers? Was that what it was called? It was like Johnny Quest was in it, but it was like a new show with Johnny Quest. So good. Aeon Flux. Yeah, I never really watched Aeon Flux on MTV back in the day. Yeah, they're saying, Manny, that, yeah, you're getting those dashes down.
Oh, okay.
Tyler, have you or Manny ever watched the original Voltron cartoon? No, I never did.
Oh, there it goes.
I never watched Aqua Teen Hunger Force. And I always heard of it, never watched it. Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
Oh.
Ralph was, yeah, that was a good one.
Any health? No? I blew up. I like that big game over screen.
Hey, Sega Steve is able to join us tonight. I saw your tweet, man. I actually read it to everybody, and we were you were with us in spirit. He's watching now. Now is time to the 68,000 Heart on Fire. Good evening, Chance. I'm trying to figure out what that's in reference to. Space Ghost. No, the one that I watched, I think it was Venture Brothers. I think that was the one I'm thinking of. And maybe Johnny Quest wasn't in it. Yeah, it was Venture Brothers. No, Johnny Quest isn't in it. Well, I don't know why I was thinking Johnny Quest was in Venture Brothers, but Venture Brothers was the show I used to watch with Brian a lot, and it was so good. I remember loving that show, thinking it was excellent. Yeah, that's the one. Oh, that's right, the Alien Soldier opening. Yeah, it has that on the title screen. Yeah, I remember that. That's what that line's from. Charlie says tap BB to hover as well, Manny.
Yeah, I did something like that earlier, and I was able to like blast through them. That was weird. The hover is.
Yeah, you're getting the hang of it. These bosses are so creative. It's like you're fighting real Ghostbusters ghosts and monsters.
Oh, I took a shot in the chest. Yeah, it's an awkward control scheme, but getting the hang of it.
Entertainment Joe says, I remember watching reruns of Futurama on Adult Swim. I remember watching Futurama when it first aired. I've loved it. Loved it. Was so upset when it got canceled, and it was awesome when it came back. I remember watching the first made-for-DVD movie with Manny and Mikey one year when I was up there, I think it was in 2007.
Really?
And yeah, I bought it. I had just gotten it, and I hadn't seen it yet. And I threw it on, and you guys were watching it with me, the Futurama made-for-DVD movie. It was the first one. They put out 4, and maybe you weren't there. Maybe it was just Mikey. Maybe it was Mikey and me. I know it was up there. I was up there with y'all though.
Yeah, it doesn't ring a bell. I mean, I've seen it, but
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing it then. Not doing much damage with this, huh?
It's the one where they find a tattoo on Fry's butt, and Bender uses it to go back into the past, like the Terminator. And he's like abusing time travel. I don't know if you remember that.
That was the movie?
The Futurama, yeah.
Feels like just a regular episode, honestly.
Well, it might get confusing because what happened was the show got canceled and then it came back in 2007. But it came back in a series of made-for-DVD movies, 4 to be exact. And then the show got renewed on Comedy Central, and Comedy Central released those DVD movies as a whole season. So they do air as regular episodes now.
Okay.
Yeah, and now they've been renewed again. Actually, Hulu is bringing Futurama back. So it's like the show that won't die, basically.
Come on. Get away from the wall, man.
Out of curiosity, not to be creepy, what is the average age in the chat? Says cousin Pianrix. That's funny. I don't think you're being creepy. I've asked before. Maybe I'm being creepy. Maybe I shouldn't. But it's always interesting to know. Let's see. Demon Slayer. How about Beavis and Butthead? Beavis and Butthead. Yeah, I mean that was a classic. I think we all watched that back in the '90s. You couldn't escape Beavis and Butthead. I mean, you had to check it out, even if you didn't like it. Everybody saw it at least once. I feel. Yes, Connor Kiss. Joe is returning as Bender. Yep. I know he was holding out for extra moolah, and he got it. Did y'all watch the new Animaniacs on Hulu? Yeah, the new Animaniacs is great. Well, I watched the first season. I thought it was good. I thought it was really funny. It got a little boring, to be honestly, in the later half of it. And I haven't watched the newest season. But I think it's cool that they brought it back. My friend Jose. My friend Jose is in the chat. Jose says, I've always loved how... What's up, man? How you doing? He says, I've always loved how Tyler's brain is like a Wikipedia.
Seriously.
Well,
all the
it's
dates,
funny
too, man. Like... You always remember the years of everything. Blows my mind. It's like, oh yeah, I got that game at Christmas of '91.
You know what I used to do, honestly? When I was a kid, as a pastime, I would just go on IMDb and just read everything. I would just go and look at various movie listings, TV listings. It was just a regular pastime of mine to just soak up my brain with random movie and TV show trivia and stuff like that. And then even before that, I had a series of CD-ROMs for the Macintosh that were, it was a movie encyclopedia on CD-ROM. and I would go through that. It was interactive, and you could just look up every movie that was ever made, like before 1994, and I would go through that and just soak up everything that was in there, just as a pastime. It felt like I was playing a game in a way. It was like an interactive CD game, and but it was before IMDb, and so much fun. Hey, what's up, Thanos? Thanos just stopping by. Now we've got a wide range of people with different ages, different demographics, 42, 37, 24, 32. Very cool. Oh, Streets of Rage 2. We got that coming up because no other donation requests came through. So I think, who asked for this?
It was mentioned somewhere along the lines. That's all I remember. Let's. I think we may need to make this one the last one, though.
Okay.
It's getting kind of late.
This is the last one, guys. Oh, Shinobi 3. That was one of them we need to do.
Okay, yeah, we'll do the Shinobi 3 as well. We'll do this plus Shinobi. This is a game that I perfected on the 3DS when they had the 3D
cool.
version that Sega put out.
Those were really cool. I never got to truly experience those. I know you would always tell me how awesome they are.
Yeah, oh man. I could sing all the praises of 3DS. Didn't get a fair shake by gaming community, but it was really, really cool. I played every game in 3D. Yeah. And some weird later on, some games didn't even support 3D, like the Pokemon games, X and Y.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were just flat 2D.
Oh wow.
I think they had 3D only when you're looking at the Pokédex or something like that.
That's interesting. I guess less and less people were liking it, but I know you always did. I remember you always telling me. And I remember you telling me that I've always wanted to play Space Harrier on it in 3D. I feel like that would be amazing.
It is, yeah. It's actually a lot easier. Once you have the depth, it's a lot easier.
Wow.
At least I thought so. Unless they made that version easier.
I need to get the actual 3DS. I have a 2DS XL. Catch up with some of the chat here. What are you guys talking about here? Let me scroll back up.
Altet.
As long as y'all chill and are like-minded, we good, says the retro couple. Riz is 35. First console that he ever played was the NES. That was the first console. No, you know what? The first console I ever played was the Master System. And then I played the NES.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yep, my neighbors had a Master System. And I played games like Space Harrier and Ghostbusters and Rambo. I specifically remember playing Rambo, First Blood Part 2 on there. And then I'm surprised I never told you this story, or you never heard this one. But yeah, my dad actually was going to buy me a Master System. In fact, he bought a Master System for me, Christmas of '89. And he was going to give it to me, but then he wondered, because I guess it seemed to him like it was on its way out. And so he actually called Sega, and he asked them, hey, are you going to be supporting the Master System much longer? He called the 1-800 number, and a representative told him, no, we're actually discontinuing it. It's all about the Genesis now. But the reason I wanted a gaming system was for Ghostbusters. And so he was torn, but realized it was also on the Nintendo NES. And so that's why he ended up returning the Master System, and then he got me a Nintendo.
All right. And then you got a Master System later anyway.
Yep. Then we collected the Master System in like '94. So it all worked out in the end.
So I think in this game you can cheese some of the fights just by don't doing combos and just letting them recover briefly and then hitting them again. You could like stun lock them.
I Streets of Rage 2, man, is
Like this.
it's such a brilliant game. Brian and I would play this game like crazy back in the day. We even played it a lot. I remember we whenever we get together, even when we were like after college and stuff, we would sometimes play this game together. And any chance we got really to play this game, we would together. I think we've played it on Nintendo Switch Online. We did a lot of Streets of Rage 2.
And you did the fourth game, right?
And the fourth game, yeah, we played that a lot together. Brian, we need to get back into some Streets of Rage 4, man. We really do. Maybe we can do that on a stream some night. Phantasy Star was the best game on the Master System. Alex Kidd's Shinobi World is also a masterpiece. I think, yeah, I agree. That's a good one. There's two great Alex Kidd games on the Master System, and those are Miracle World and Shinobi World. The other two, not good at all, if you ask me. Brian says, the only place I ever played Master System was at Tyler's house and at my parents' chiropractor at his office back in the 90s. That's funny. That's really funny. Do you remember what game you played at the chiropractor's office? I'd be curious to know.
Don't they usually work pretty quickly?
Chiropractors?
Yeah, so like hardly have time to get any gaming in.
That'd be funny if it was Phantasy Star, like this long RPG, like you have to spend a lot of time on.
I always hated this guy.
Connor says your dad was so smart for asking Sega about, yeah. No, he thought about that stuff, and as you can see in the videos and stuff, he put a lot of care into everything. And so, he was really concerned, he's like, he wanted to make sure he was spending a lot of money. He wanted to make sure that it was going to last and not be something that I'd be stuck with, that all my other friends maybe would, have a Nintendo and I would be, with the Master System and it was dying and wasn't going to have any games. I always wondered and pondered, like how different would my gaming life have been if it was the Master System that we stayed with, and if I never owned an NES. That would be really interesting. And I went on to love the Master System and its library, although it was an abbreviated library here in America.
Man, I wrote out the Atari 2600 like well into the late 80s.
Yeah, I mean, you showed me the Atari in like 1990. You was still hooked up in your basement.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of good games on there. A lot of bad games too, but I think maybe I just have a fondness for the ones that we did own.
I honestly, and I've said this before, I have a really soft spot for Atari stuff. Atari 2600 and collecting it back in those days, and just the discovery of these older games. That it was funny in 1994, the Atari was like, at that point, how many years old would that have been? Like, I mean, some of those games were early 80s, like 82, 83. So you're talking maybe 12 years old at that point for a lot of those games. Some of them earlier, late 70s, But you think 12 years ago from today, that would bring you to the year 2000. Oh, no, sorry. 2010. And that doesn't seem like that long ago.
2010.
And
yeah.
2010, yeah. That doesn't seem like that long ago. And yet for some reason the Atari, when we were collecting it in '94, it felt like an old machine even in '94. Like a really, I mean, that's because the generation leap from consoles was so huge from Atari to, you know, where we'd gone from Atari to where we were in '94. Just huge. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't really remember the point I was trying to make with that, but definitely enjoyed collecting for the Atari. Have a lot of great memories. This huge sense of wonder and discovery. And hearing the stories too about you, Manny, and you playing the Atari, and you having the collection of Atari games that you had, and it just it sparked so much interest in collecting for me.
Yeah, I had my go-tos. There was Adventure, Tunnel Runner, Pitfall 2, but then there were like obscure ones which I really liked. We had a 2-pack one. It was like a double-ended game where you could flip the game over and there was another cartridge there. And
yeah,
it
was it
Pikes Peak and like Haunted Manor or something like that?
Yeah, I used to have that one. We collected that one.
Haunted Manor scared me so much because it would play like the dun 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 at the beginning. And
that was a really cool. I'm gonna look it up.
They'd have like the fake lightning and Frankenstein was stomping around at the top. And
oh, it's called Ghost Manor.
Ghost Manor. That was it.
Ghost Manor, yeah. That one's really cool. There might actually be some video of me playing that game. Maybe not, but I know we had that one.
We had Haunted House as well. That one I put a lot of time into.
Yeah. Pitfall 2 is my favorite Atari game. Pitfall 2 or maybe even Moon Patrol. I love Moon Patrol.
Pitfall 2 was actually like a modern game for the time. Like it played like a modern game in that it had a start and an end, you know. And
yeah.
Like a little story behind it. It wasn't just about high score.
Sega Steve, the double enders, the Zonox?
Zonox, yeah.
Zonox double enders, yeah. That was the company that made those. I had a Zonox Pikes and Ghost Manor version for 2600. Love that cart.
And Pikes is a hard game. Well, I had trouble with it, but playing it later, it's not that bad. But those like eagles
I don't remember
would come
Pikes
down.
Peak as much as I remember Ghost Manor.
You'd have to like try to climb the mountain, and like there would be vultures or eagles or something that come down trying to like attack you, so you have to hide in burrows. And then there was massive boulders or snowballs or something that would come. It was just like one thing after another as you try to get to the top.
Yeah.
And what scared me a lot was, as a kid, Heroes, another good game that Thick Sword's mentioning. That was another one that I loved. What scared me a lot was just the sound effects were like grating on your eardrum. Some of them were just really harsh sounds.
The one I remember scaring me the most in terms of sound effects was, and it wasn't on Atari. I think I'm thinking of the, I think it's Sinistar on the arcade game. I had it on some Atari compilation, but that's the one where the guy's like, I think it's Sinistar, and it's this demon in space chases you and shouts, "Run, run! I will kill you," or something like. It's like she's yelling at you in this computerized voice, and you're flying around space, and it's really freaky and traumatizing.
The other, I always liked Montezuma's Revenge. That was like an ultimate adventure
Montezuma's
type
Revenge.
game. Yeah.
Love that one. On Master System, I played that one a lot.
Did I pick the wrong game?
You did. No, you got the right game.
Oh, okay.
The title screen takes a while for the 3 to come up, yeah.
Attack, jump, he runs. That's the intro, the first stage.
Hey, what's up, Andrew Brightwell? How you doing, man? Happy to see you guys. Thanks, Tyler and Manny, says Andrew. Good to see you, man. I knew someone with the TV adapter for the Turbo Express. I was blown away. Turbo Express was quite a bit of technology back then, where you basically could play TurboGrafx games on the portable. It was incredible. Before the Nomad, the Sega Nomad came out later. I love this game so much. I tell you, it's one of my favorite games.
I remember you had a Power Team tape with Shadow Dancer. Is it the one with the wolf or the dog?
Yeah, Shadow Dancer. Yeah, I love that one too. But if I'm ranking the Shinobi games, this one's on top.
I tried
this one
to beat.
And then...
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, you go ahead.
I tried to beat the Game Gear one. I guess it was Shinobi 1 or something like that.
Yeah, they made 2. They called them the GG Shinobi.
It was so tough. You got, I think you played as different color Shinobis with different powers.
Those are really good, actually, but they are hard.
I could not get through that. Yeah, that was tough.
It's like Mega Man meets Shinobi. And then Revenge of Shinobi... I think more people like Revenge of Shinobi more than this one, but I love this one. This is the one that really hooked me on the series.
I always remember that boss. I guess you're in, I don't know what you're in, the body or something, and the boss is his head and the hand comes out. And
it's so creative, the Biolab monster.
Yeah, okay, Biolab.
This game felt like a combination of Shinobi, ninja action meets eSWAT.
Yeah. eSWAT.
eSWAT. This is the first game I can remember that talked to you like that on the title screen.
That was another one that was part of the first Genesis tape you sent us. eSWAT.
Yep. Yeah, that was such an incredible time for gaming. We were so excited about all that stuff on Sega Genesis and moving from the NES to the Genesis and then the Super Nintendo, and it was just all so exciting. Oh wow, AB, $20 donation. Thank you so much, AB. No message with that donation, just very generous. Thank you so much, man. If you're here in the chat, say hello. Would love to hear from you. Or maybe that's you, Andrew Brightwell. AB. Thank you. If it is you, thank you, Andrew. Thank you so much, man. Let's see.
Oops.
The Stage 2 is one of my favorite stages because you got the horse riding sequence in the beginning, and then that goes into that kind of futuristic cityscape, in some sort of laboratory, or I guess it's I don't know what you call it exactly, a facility, and the music in that stage just pumps me up every time I play this game. I just love that stage.
We shall see.
Yeah, you're gonna get there for sure.
I played, I don't know which one it was. I played it on the PS3. It was one of the releases for Shinobi, a re-release. And one of the trophies, I didn't know about it, but one of the trophies was to actually save the girl at the end, or let her die or something like that. Which one was that? It's the one that I think Joel likes.
Revenge of Shinobi.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Revenge. The one before the... So, order of release, the original Shinobi arcade game was first. That got released on the Master System and NES by Tengen. Tengen released it. And then the Genesis, you had... Then came Revenge of Shinobi. And then Shadow Dancer. Shadow Dancer also was in the arcade. It was a completely different game. And then you had it's funny, Shadow Dancer is called The Secret of Shinobi is the subtitle on that. A lot of people don't remember that.
See, what I always thought was cool was that the horse runs to the rhythm, the tempo of the song.
Yeah, it's kind of the beat of the song in the same tempo. Somebody could put out a really cool like remix video with the horse like going to the beat. That would be so fun.
As long as you don't jump, you could keep it in time. You could like see him touch down to it.
This is a work of art. Like you're looking at this, and it's like a painting you're looking at, and it's like it feels like a watercolor painting come to life almost. And I love the muted colors, and it just feels like morning, and it feels like I don't know. It's just beautiful. I absolutely love this game. I love everything about it. I think it's nearly perfect. The detail on that horse sprite too is so well animated and well drawn.
Yeah, it's very fluid.
Dear Reedy, I agree. This game has aged very well. Yep. Brian says this stage. Yes, this stage is beautiful. Manny is definitely a goat. Mad old school skills.
Jeez. See, I wonder sometimes when people watch, like, what are they picking up on that? Like, what do they see me do that maybe varies from what they do in gaming? Is there something I'm doing differently? Because I just don't know. Kind of curious. Is it the pattern recognition?
You have an edge. I will say, Manny, you have like an edge to you that I don't think everybody has, and like you are like a pro with like old school gaming gameplay and the mechanics. Like you're above average for sure when it comes to your skill with old games. Like, and I think people are recognizing that.
I guess it's just all the years of playing, because like I go through it and I don't I'm not doing anything special as far as I can tell. So I guess it's just the years of trial and error. It's
just the years. I mean, think about it. You've been surrounded by games and been trying to master games since you were like 3, right?
Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, that's when I picked up an Atari controller.
Yeah, I mean, and see, not only that, you followed gaming throughout the years. Like I think you had a small kind of break from it. I think we all kind of did. And then I know for a while you were big into PC gaming, and that was kind of your go-to for a while. But you're just a connoisseur of all gaming. When I think about it, because you play modern games, you still love returning to the old school games. Look, I want to point out this I loved, all that parallax scrolling and how it opens up. You come up out of that like you're on a flat background, and then it opens up into this like database. It looks like you're in the middle of like the Death Star
farm or something.
Server, like some sort of sci-fi futuristic science fiction movie.
You gotta be you gotta be able to do double jumps here, huh? Oh no, you don't, because you can actually, you can hang on that. I thought I had to double jump my way up.
Go back
Is this the song you liked?
Yeah, this is the song I like. I love this song. Pumps me up. It's so good. Let's see what people are saying here. Manny, let's see. Manny's pattern recognition really helps him in these older games. Very skilled. Yeah, I'm good at hard old NES games, but I was impressed watching Manny plow through the Guardian Legend the other night. Retro Couple says, you proved yourself and have it on video, not like most people who just say, I beat that back then. No, that's true.
That I'm enjoying is revisiting, and I like having a record that I did complete it, like just for my own sake, just to say like there's a video somewhere of me completing, seeing the ending of something.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and also, yeah, in that Castlevania episode, that old footage, you were near the end of the game at the age of like 11. So you were right there at the end of the game. So people can see that even back then at that age, you were about to get to the ending of this really hard game.
Castlevania.
And they haven't even seen the Roger Rabbit episode coming.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Like, how far off do you think that one is?
I've been feeling the need to. I need to digitize some of the tapes on that one, and I have them. I have all the original tapes. For some reason, that New York trip, there's a glitchy section in my transfer where the sound goes out, and unfortunately, a portion of that Roger Rabbit footage is with no sound. So I gotta redigitize that tape.
Oh, but it's on the source.
Yeah. No. It's on the transfer.
No, I'm saying the sound is on the source, though.
Yeah. No, it's on the source. Like it'll be there. And even if there is some sort of problem, I have two different sources. I have the video 8 cassettes that were the master tapes, and I have the VHSs, the dubs.
Okay.
So I'm not worried about transferring it, but I need to get on redigitizing that particular trip.
Look at all these brains in the jars that are just...
I know. I love it. I love
They
this
jump
game.
out and...
Look at those creatures in the background that are floating in the little bubbles coming up. Like, there's so many little details. You got the flashing lights in the foreground and the background.
Yep.
It's so cool. It's like you broke into this like bio lab, and then it's just genius. You don't see that very often. You wouldn't think about seeing that in a ninja action game per se, and that's why this game was so cool, because it blended like some sci-fi elements, like Contra meets eSWAT meets Shinobi and Strider, that kind of gameplay, and Ninja Gaiden. Manny or Tyler, have you played Shakan the Forever Man?
Mikey's friend had it, and that's the only time well, actually, I think you had it too, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's one of my dad's favorite games.
Yeah, he
Oddly enough.
I remember him. He has like, is it his arms are two swords, or? And then
he's got
hat.
two swords. It's a hard game, really hard. Shakan. I could never get into it for that reason, but for some reason, Dad was very patient with it and spent a lot of time with it. Somebody mentioned here, Manny, they said, Roger Rabbit, that Judge Doom fight was legendary hard.
Yes. Yes, it was.
Yes. That is the subject of a future video.
Man, I think about the lengths that we went to try to win that.
Oh gosh. That's part of the reason why I've always like not produced that video yet, is because I'm like, how do I do that justice? Like it's a challenge for me. I don't want to mess it up. I want it to be like super perfect, like how I tell the story and how I capture that moment and what happened. Yeah, so I've been reluctant to do it because I don't want to. I want it to be exactly as it should be. And I guess I'll do it right, but I don't know. There's a lot of pressure on myself that I put on myself to make that a good episode.
You have one shot to do a Roger Rabbit episode, so you gotta do it right.
I know, only one shot.
Yeah, this guy. Oh.
All right, Green Devil, we'll see you, man. Like, check out this boss. I mean, first he was in the background, trying to fight you from back there, and then like he comes up to the foreground here, and it's just such great stage design. You got all these like weird, looks like reject body parts of aliens and stuff on the ground, and you're sinking into this ooze, this giant hand coming out of the ground. The cool like scaling effects they're using on the boss himself. One of my favorite boss fights in video games for sure. Definitely.
Man, stuck back here now. There we go. It's hard to get the pattern down. Like I'm trying to find ways to not get hurt, but
yeah, you have to time that hand jump pretty well, and then just kind of stay on the left side of the screen, and duck when he does the beam. Staying on the left side of the screen is crucial.
yeah.
Oof.
What's strange about him, he's like, parts of him like shift up and down at different rates. So he's like got a wave to him. It's weird.
Yeah.
Weird to like, I don't know if you're getting the same effect looking at it on the stream, but I'm like right up against the monitor here. It's like 2 feet from my face. So,
Oh wow.
you know, I just see it.
Oh, duck.
I tried ducking before. It wasn't working.
You just got to let yourself kind of sink into the. I think that's. Maybe you do have to jump it. Maybe you're right.
If I duck, he pulls me close too.
Another thing to do is use your magic.
Oh yeah, I forgot all about that.
Make sure his eyes are open. Like don't do it. Don't do it right here. Don't do it after hitting him. Yeah, do it. Wait till his eyes are open and then do it. Yeah, that'll take a good portion of his life away.
Yeah, I took damage right there.
Okay, yeah, you do have to jump it. Sorry, I wasn't remembering that correctly. I think another thing that does more damage is if you can melee attack him with your knife.
Yes. I always thought that was stronger in general.
Mm-hmm.
Man. Ah.
Ugh.
Also, this goop on the ground kind of
Yeah, it's a tough battle for
stunts
sure.
your jump. Ah.
Okay, I know you can do this. We can end the stream tonight with this victory.
I know. There's always like something, right, that
Yeah,
puts me to the test right at the end. I'm like, I gotta.
yeah. You gotta conquer it.
Almost had that.
It's a hard one to time. Retro Couple says, my older cousin was like Manny and Tyler reminds me of me. So it's fun to see y'all old experience. My cousin could beat Last Battle and X-Men legit, for example. Last Battle, oh gosh, that game is so hard on the Genesis. Yeah, that's pretty... And X-Men also. You guys remember in X-Men how you had to like reset your machine to beat the level?
What?
Yeah, there's a weird gaming mechanic in there where you have to literally... You're powering down some sort of supercomputer in one stage, and in order to beat the level, you have to press reset on the Sega Genesis.
Is it very clear that that's what you need to do when you're playing the game?
No,
or?
it's not, I don't think it's very clear. And yeah, I remember a lot of it's an area where a lot of people got stuck, and if you don't do it in the right time, too, you'll actually reset your game.
Oh wow!
And so it's terrible in that regard. But it was really unique though, programming, and no other game really did that before. So, but probably for good reason.
weren't there other games like that?
Afterthought. I think we were going to end the stream with this game. We were doing donation requests throughout the stream. Anybody who donates gets to play a game. But I think we've closed it off. I think we've gone on pretty long, man. So have to do it next time.
Yeah. That's
But
right.
let's see. People are saying that is epic. Laughing. LMAO. Reset your system to continue. Yep. Yeah, on the Nomad it didn't work because there wasn't a reset button. Oh, that's hilarious. X-Men
Wow.
was just one of those games that it seemed like every kid who owned a Genesis had it. That, Aladdin, and Jurassic Park. No, it wasn't clear. Professor X gives a hint in the beginning of the level. That's it. That X-Men game was brutal. I could never get past the second stage. It is hard. Really hard.
What is the popsicle reference? I don't.
It's from the Funko Land video where my dad...
Oh, right.
Yeah.
He's still playing that game.
You want a popsicle? So that actually was Dad just being funny because he... We really did not drop Manny off at the beginning of the day, and it was.
Oh yeah. I wasn't.
Yeah, like he says in the video, we dropped Manny off this morning, and it's now 7 o'clock at night. That was just his sense of humor. He's just being funny. Yeah, that's fun stuff. Well, okay, guys, I think we're gonna end it. It is. Let's see, it's 12:15 where I am. That means it's 1:15 where Manny is.
Yep.
And I'm sure it's pretty late for some of you as well. So thank you guys for hanging out for us tonight, hanging out with us tonight. Ending the stream with still a large number of people watching, 38 people watching right now. We hope you guys had a good time. I know some of you chimed in and were saying, hey, you guys have been on in the background while I'm doing my shift and stuff like that. So that's super cool that hopefully we could make your evening fun. And yeah, thanks for hanging out, and we will catch you next time.
Good night, everyone. See you tomorrow for Demons of Astaborg if you're interested.
Absolutely, that's gonna be fun.
You too, Tyler. We'll see you there.
All right, man.
All
I'll
right.
see you.
Thanks. See you.